How's it going, everyone? This is Captain Nerd here, and welcome to another video. And oh boy, is this a great video. I'm on the test server, and as you can see in my inventory, the new weapons came out. And guys, I don't think you're ready for this. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's really crazy. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, the first weapon we're gonna look at, of course, is gonna be my favorite weapons in the game, which are the daggers. And guys, if you're a fan of 5v5s and if you like daggers in 5v5s, and if you're like kind of bummed out because Taunt was getting nerfed and Chain Slash was getting nerfed, so you were like thinking, maybe daggers are not gonna be in meta. Dude, this probably changes the whole game because this new dagger is just crazy. So basically, as you could read, our E is gonna be a slash in a cone in front of us. So it's an AoE damage ability, right? So basically, depending on how many stacks you have, you deal more damage. That's usual. So you want to stack up with your Q and get 3 stacks, and then you want to use your E. And basically, your E is going to do something like this. So, depending on the way you aim it, you're going to jump backwards. So, you're going to jump to the opposite direction. So, this is why I love this skill. First of all, the damage is really nice, and it's an AoE. So if you compare it to like Death Givers who are in meta, right? Death Givers has single target E. You can use it twice though, right? This, although is not you cannot use it twice. It's an AoE, so which means like, for example, if you hit 3 people, the amount of damage is just crazy. It's just insane. So like for executing targets, I believe this is gonna be perfect. Not to even talk about GVZs, like this is gonna be amazing. So let's see it one more time. So you wanna aim it, does the AoE thing, and you jump backwards. So it's pretty sick. Alright, let's move on to the next one. And this is the new holy staff, boys. Oh man. And this staff is crazy. So first of all, if you don't know, flash healer meta. Some of us were thinking about maybe it's gonna end. Maybe it's not gonna end, boys, because so right now flash heal. Well, first of all, smite is now on a Q instead of W, and the flash heal now it's an AoE area of effect. So you don't press on your allies, you do it on an area. There you go. And here's the thing. For each person inside the area of the healing, you get 10% more heals. So if 5 guys are stacking up, for example on a 5v5, you get 10% more. In a ZVZ, I mean, it's gonna be crazy because there's no cap. Yeah, I just realized that there's no cap. So if you have like what, 20 people inside a queue, well, that's even possible. You're gonna heal for 200. That's crazy. Oh man, 200% more heals. That's crazy. So yeah, this is a new flash heal, but wait until you see the E. So the E is something that you would never expect on a healing staff whatsoever. So basically, you're gonna jump towards a target location, right? And when you hit that target location, you're gonna heal up to 10 allies, and you're gonna knock up enemies into the air, okay? And for each ally that you heal, you're gonna increase your resistances by 58 for 7 seconds. And this stacks up 3 times. This is crazy. So basically, you're gonna use your E. Let's actually look at the ability. Boom. So, first of all, 20 seconds cooldown. That's pretty low. So you're gonna jump. You're gonna heal. Actually, let me eat my heals to get more CD. So you're gonna jump and you're gonna heal your allies, you're gonna knock up your enemies, plus the more allies you hit, up to 3 allies, you're gonna stack up resistances. 58 resistances for 7 seconds. If you stack it up 3 times, that's a lot of resistance. A lot of resistance. Plus you heal them, you knock up your enemies. Dude, this is just crazy. Look at that. That's crazy. Alright, moving on to the next weapon. Actually, let's go for the swords. And let's take a look at this bad boy. So, you guys probably have seen the swords because it was actually one of the weapons featured in the trailer for the new update. So we know what the E does, right? So basically you spin and then you do a big slash either in front of you and on your back. So let's just read. So basically the more stacks you have, the more damage you're gonna do. Okay, you're gonna knock people up in a 6 meter radius around you for 0.85 seconds. Now, while they're in the air, you're gonna do the slash thingy. It's a vertical smash, and it deals in front of you. Oh wait, yeah. Oh, there you go. It deals in front of you and behind you, right? So it's not like an AOE around you, but still, well, it's still an AOE, and you can still line it up. So, for example, if you have an enemy in front of you and an enemy behind you, if you do this, you hit them both, and you knock up both of them. Now, here's the thing. I thought this skill would be mainly used in ZVZs, right? Because in 5v5s, I don't know, it just didn't sound like very promising, right? But in fact, the damage on the E is crazy, and there's actually like an advantage to this skill, which is because you knock people up before you do the actual damage, right? They have absolutely no time to predict. Which means, for example, if you were using a broadsword or a claymore, an experienced player, a very good player, could dodge the E with assassin shoes, with the ice block. There's a bunch of things you can dodge with, right? Because there's a time window where you can predict, right? But with this skill, literally, if you're on top of them, you spin right there, knock them up, do the damage. They can't do anything to block that. And that's so OP. That's really OP. And plus, the damage is just crazy. So honestly, I'm considering running this weapon once it comes out on 5v5s, because I tested it on the Scream on Screams on the test server, and it was pretty darn good, boys. So yeah, that's the sword. Now let's move on to the axes. So axe, oh boy. So this is something that I wasn't expecting particularly, because the E has nothing to do with bleeds, right? So when you think about axes, every single axe except the great axe has something, the E has something to do with bleeds, right? So here's the thing. This axe, you turn into fucking Hulk with this. Look at that. Boom. So basically you slam the axe onto the ground and you create a cone in front of you. So basically you're going to deal, as you can see, a considerable amount of damage, considering that you don't need stacks and it's just instant, okay? And it's an AoE skill, so you can hit more than one person, right? And it breaks the earth open in a cone behind the impact area. And this is actually the interesting part of this skill, is that enemies hit by the cone are knocked into the air, okay? And their max and current energy is reduced by 50% for 8 seconds. Which means their max and current energy, so right now I have 468 energy, right? If I would to be hit with this skill, my energy would drop literally to half, which would be 230, 39? Yeah, something like that. Maybe, probably not. No, it would be 230 something. So yeah, so actually 234. Sorry, my bad. So I would get 234 mana if I were to be with full mana, right? And here's the thing: there's a lot of mana draining weapons out there, right? Where you need to have mana. For example, holy healers right now with the flash meta. You run Royal Call and that's getting nerfed, right? Dude, it's just crazy the amount of possibilities that you have right here. Because, for example, if you run a royal armor, you drain their mana as well. So you hit them first with the E, boom. Then you pop your royal armor and you drain their mana. They're gonna run out of mana. This is just crazy. I mean, I know I've said this about all weapons, but all the skills really impressed me. So yeah, let's look at it one more time. Let's get the cooldown back. We go forward, slam, boom. And actually, yeah, it's really like an Avalonian weapon where you have like the light coming out and it's very whitey. Yeah. Next weapon. The Grailseeker. Oh, actually, I'm not calling the names. Whatever. So, this new E is something like a quarterstaff, but in my opinion, a lot better. So basically, this is your E. Look at the range of that. So when you use it, boom, creates a line, right? If you hit the enemy, he gets rooted, right? But did you see how there was still a line right there, even after I cast it? So which means that if someone touches that line, right, they're gonna get rooted until the area vanishes, right? And here's another interesting part of this, is that this skill has 20 seconds cooldown, okay? But if you use once, you have 3 seconds to use it again. And then you get 40 seconds cooldown. But you can use it twice. So this is actually pretty decent, because not only for like rooting, but also zoning people, right? Because you can use it, you can wait until the 3 seconds and use it again. And that's almost, let's see, you have 4 seconds, you have to wait 3, and then you use it again. So that's 7 seconds where you can just put a line on the choke, for example, and people won't come up. That's a lot of time. Yeah, let's look at it one more time. Boom. Boom. Dude, actually, this skill reminds me of Wukong. Yeah, from, I don't know, any video game, actually. Next weapon, boys. And this is the new Maces. Oh, man, oh, man. Now, this skill might not sound very OP, but wait a minute until you see what it does. So basically, you're gonna use your E, right? And you're gonna create this sort of line in front of you for 3 seconds, okay? Now read this. Allies who pass through get a shield that absorbs 3,619 damage. Their move speed is increased by 50% for 5 seconds. Now, this is just the first part of the skill, and right here, just with this information, the numbers are crazy right now. Like, just look at this. Line, boom. Look at the shield. It's like, I've become a tank. More than a tank, I've become Hulk. Like, my health doubles. It's crazy. So, we get the shield, we get the move speed, but that's not all. So, additionally, for 5 seconds, our weapons, they're gonna be blessed, which means that every normal attack, I'm gonna heal up to 5 allies around me, okay, for 93 heals. So you're gonna use it, Boom, shield for everyone. You go in, you start auto attacking, you start healing people around you. I mean, this is just an utility weapon, but for your team, right? You're not doing anything to the enemy. You're just buffing the hell out of your team, right? You're getting them shields, you're getting them move speed, you're healing them with your auto attacks. Honestly, like this weapon doesn't sound very OP until you look at the values, and until you like consider like in a ZVZ how much this can do actually. It's crazy. Right, so the next weapon we have the bow. Oh yes, yes, yes. We all saw what this bow can do on that trailer, right? So basically, you gotta use your E. Boom, boom, boom. So you use your E, you pop your E, and you just keep firing, right? And you can walk while doing that, which is pretty cool. I thought, like on the trailer, you had to stand still, but actually no. So basically, you aim for 0.6 seconds and shoot in a straight line, dealing 772 magic damage. Okay, and we can fire up to 4 times. Okay, especially let's get the ability back. You get this. Boom. Keep auto attacking, doing whatever. Boom. Keep doing whatever you want. Auto attacking. Boom again. And you can just keep doing this 4 times for this amount of damage. Whoa. It's just whoa. So yeah, I mean, all of the abilities sound, and well, first of all, they look amazing. Until now, all the weapons we've seen, I have not seen one weapon that I don't like the E ability, and there's not gonna be one, because you're gonna see all the weapons. It's just crazy. There you go. So yeah, that's the bow. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple, but 4 shots, that's gonna leave a mark, boys. Next one is the crossbow, which, let me just say, this does not look like a crossbow at all. At all, dude. So yeah, so this is just pretty straightforward as well, pretty much like the bow, but a little bit different. So you're gonna fire a beam, right? And every 0.3 seconds, that beam is gonna deal 386 magic damage, and against creatures gonna deal a little bit less. So let's look at it. And you aim with your cursor. So you do your beam and you just aim. And the range, that I think the best part about this skill is the range on it, because you could be so far back, literally. It's too bad I cannot scroll out anymore, because I really wanted to see the range. But it's nuts. So let's just see it again. So it's a pretty straightforward ability. Still nothing we have seen in Albion. So there you go. We can't even see where it ends. So yeah, and I mean, we've been testing out all of these weapons in a 5v5 environment, and there's ones that are stronger, there's one that are weaker in 5v5s, right? But this actually might work, unless like you're running against a team that has a lot of interrupts. But this actually might work, because it's a lot of damage. Let's just look at it one more time. There we go. Yeah, we cannot even see where it ends. Oh, we can. It ends right there. It ends right there. Still, the range is pretty nuts. Okay, next weapon. And we all seen this one. And we all ready for this one, maybe. Oh, before we get into this weapon, might as well show the new offhands. They're pretty simple. So you have one just for healing. So you have healing cast bonus. You get less defensives, but you get more heals. Pretty straightforward. You have this one, which increases your resistances, your CC resistance. My bad. And then you have this one, which reduces the ability cost and increases your defenses. So this pretty much for a tank. This one's for a tank. This one's also for a tank, I would say, or for a bruiser. This also can go for a bruiser, but I believe it's better on a tank. And this one is for healing. So with this in mind, let's just go for this one. And now, here's the E, right? So you cast it on a player, including yourself, and it can be ally or an enemy, right? And you're gonna summon a demon, right? Depending on the armor that player that you lock the ability on is wearing, right? The skill is gonna be different. So if the player that you chose to use your E on is using cloth armor, then you're gonna deal 278 magic damage against players and 135 magic damage against creatures up to 9 times. So cloth armor, let's test it out so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Cast on myself. There we go. So everyone inside here is gonna take massive damage. So it's like a stalker jacket, but it deals a lot more damage, trust me. So next one, leather. If they're using leather, you're gonna deal less damage. Instead of 9 times, it's 5 times. But here's the kickers. The inflicted damage is stolen to heal you. So you deal less damage, yes, but you're also healing. So use it on yourself. There you go. That's the leather. So it lasts less, but it heals you. And like, if you use it on a clump, this can actually heal you for a lot. Next up, we got the armor, the plate armor, my bad. And basically, I think this one is probably the best right now, because first of all, you're going to slow your enemies by 40%. And after 1.5 seconds, there's going to be a demon that you're going to see. It's going to do a finishing blow, which deals 607 physical damage, which is pretty nice, and reduces the resistances. Now, this is a pierce. So, I don't know if you know, but Curse, he has a pierce already. Now, if you use it on a plate, you're getting another pierce. Look at this. Slows, boom. Everyone inside that area, resistances lowered. So, you have a pierce with your W, which is, just gotta put it on, which is the beam. You get a pierce with this. Wait, that's not it. It's this one. Armor pierce. There you go. So you get a pierce with this. 64 for 5 seconds. And then, boom, you hit him again. 97. They're literally clothed, these, like, or better yet, they're naked. It's just crazy. Boom. Boom. They're done. Shit, that's the curse. We've seen the light crossbow. It's time for, in my opinion, the best looking skill that was done. And boys, oh boys, this is amazing. So basically, you're gonna summon a flaming phoenix that burns the ground with its fiery breath. Now, you're gonna say it. So enemies hit by the fire breath receive 1085 magic damage. The ground keeps burning, so it leaves an area for 6 seconds. And the enemies inside burn and receive 53 magic damage every 0.5 seconds. And they have their healing reduced. Their healing received reduced. So it's like a demonic, but it does a ton more damage. Now look at this. Wait, what? Oh shit! I have never used this before. I've only ever seen it. Oh wait, we gotta do that again. Ooh, this is new. I like it. So that was kind of clumpy. Let's do it again. Oh man, the way you use it, because it's very weird, right? You gotta press it. It's so it doesn't matter. I have my ability set on quick cast, right? But this one, you press it first, and then when you release it, it goes. So you press it. So I'm pressing it.
So you choose the area from which the phoenix is gonna come out. Okay, you can cancel it by walking, which is nice. So, oh man, that's crazy. So you can do something like this. Oh. This is just so nice. It feels so nice, guys. It feels really nice. The way you're able to just aim it at any direction. So yeah, as you can see, the Finny comes out, fire everywhere, breath everywhere, bam, leaves an area. I mean, it doesn't sound that exciting because I'm not hitting anyone, but if you hit a Zerg, a clump, can you imagine just how satisfying that would be? Just like, vroom. Oh. So yeah, that's the new Fire E. A new mechanic that I've never seen on Albion before. So you press it, you aim it, and then you release it when you're ready. Nice. Next up, the Fire Staff. Wait, not fire. My bad. The Ice Staff. Let's just keep an offhand. There you go. Okay, so basically, this skill again can be casted on an ally or an enemy. Now, depending if it's an ally or an enemy, it has different effects, right? So, after the cast, a 6 meters radius area appears which slows enemies inside by 20% for 3 seconds, okay? So, this doesn't matter if you cast it on an ally or an enemy, this always happens, right? So, let's just look at it first. This area slows, and as you can see, I was ice blocked. Now, this is where it changes if it's on an ally or an enemy. So, if it's on an ally, the ally immediately freezes inside the crystal. This crystal, which it's like an ice block, so you cannot get damaged, but also you cannot get healed, right? And you create the area that slows people inside, right? And you're probably thinking like, oh, this is just an utility skill. There's no damage to it. Well, you're wrong. Wait a bit. Okay. So if you use it on an enemy, you use it on an enemy. He does not get crystallized right away. But if he stays on the area for 1 minute, so if he stays inside this area for 1 minute, not 1 minute, 1 second, right? And consider he's getting slowed, so it's very likely he stays inside that area. So then he turns into an ice block, right? And while inside the crystal, the target cannot do anything, but is also immune to damage and healing. But after 2 seconds, the crystal bursts into pieces, dealing 796 magic damage to enemies in the 7 meter radius. Now, is this better than Perma in terms of AoE damage? Probably not. Probably not. But it does slow for 20%. And it does freeze your allies. Or better yet, you can choose to freeze one ally, which can save his life. Or one enemy. So, is this weapon made for ZVZs? I don't think so. I think it's made for small scale PvP. Because of the thing that you can only freeze one guy at a time, and the perma, for example, you can just stun or root how many you can get. So yeah, so this is the E, pretty cool. There you go. Next up, the Arcane. Hell yeah! Now Arcane has a new W ability. And let's just talk about it very quickly. It's very brief. So temporarily gets access to a W slot ability of another player. The ability you mimic depends on the target's equipped weapon. So it doesn't matter what W the person is running, the other player is running. So if it's an axe, it's that axe skill. If it's a sword, it's that sword skill. So it's pre-built, sort of. Let's see if I can use... No, yeah, of course I cannot use it on me. Wait, what? I can, but it's weird. Okay, so I steal my own ability and I can keep... Wait. What have I done? What? Every You resist. I silenced the next attack. That's crazy. Oh man. Oh, okay. This is probably bugged because if this is possible, you can just cast your ability on yourself and get your passive. That's crazy. So let's just look at the Q. It's an AoE Q. Release a magic chalk, 3-meter radius. It deals quite a lot of damage and it silences. This is like the best part. It silences. It's crazy. You have a silence. You have a silence on a 4-second cooldown. That's nuts. Right. Let's just go for the biggie. That's why we're here for. Now summons a dark sphere that hits 0.6 seconds after the cast ends, dealing 482 magic damage. Now this doesn't sound much. This doesn't sound like much. Applying a dark aura up to 5 enemies in a 5-meter ground impact radius. The dark aura lasts for 7 seconds. Any enemy inside the 5-meter radius aura is slowed 20%. Their healing received is reduced by 15. So they're slowed, their healing is reduced, their damage is reduced by 15. If multiple auras overlap, the effect stacks up to 5 times. What? Look at that. Wait, what? This can stack up? Up to 5 times? You can really, literally like negate someone's healing and damage and slow him. It stacks up to 5 times. Whoa, that's crazy. So basically, if 5 of these weapons hit someone, he's gonna be slowed for 100%. Right? He's gonna be healing only 25% because 75 will be reduced. Their damage will be reduced by 75 as well. What can they do? I mean, yes, it's a cast, but it's pretty quick. 0.4 seconds. Whew. Yo, ZVZ, new weapon. Oh, man. Alright, so let's just look at the E one more time. Poor rabbits. Gonna use it on you. I'm sorry, buddy. X. That's the E. Let's go for the hammer. Thor in the house. Not really. Although, we look like a medic with this cross right here. I don't know. Okay, let's look at the ability. So, charge towards a ground target while spinning the hammer around you, hitting enemies in a 3.5 meter radius, right? So you're gonna spin like a Beyblade, right? Towards the direction. You're gonna grab enemies while you're spinning. You're gonna stun them for 1.93 seconds. And when you reach the destination, you're gonna slam the hammer on the ground and hit all of the enemies. Knocking them up. Okay. So it's something like this. So, did you see while I was spinning? If I touch someone, I grab them. Right? Let's look at that again. So, when I'm spinning, I'm going to grab people, they're going to come with me, and then I'm going to slam and they're all going to get damaged. So, this grabs everyone. So, the grab is not going to work. So, basically, if I have people in front, I'm going to grab them and then boom, slam. Nice ability. Unique. It is unique. So you're kind of like grabbing everyone, like clumping them up, and then boom, big damage. Well, not big damage, but still, your team can follow up that easily. Let's just look at it one more time. You spin, boom. Now, the nature stuff. We all seen, and I probably cannot demonstrate because I need 2 targets. But let's just go over the skill very quickly, because we all seen in the trailer. So basically, you gotta link two persons, right?
for 8 seconds, and depending on the persons that you link, right, you get a different effect. So if you link 2 allies, here's what's gonna happen. The damage taken is shared evenly between the 2 targets, right? So if someone takes 100 damage, instead of being 100 for one guy, it's 50-50. And if a target is healed, the other target gets also healed for the same amount. You are literally doubling your heals right here. So if one target gets healed by 100, instead of being like the damage where one would be healed by 50 and the other by 50, now one gets healed by 100 and the other one gets healed by the same amount. That's crazy. You're doubling your heals. It's crazy. This is if you link 2 allies. Now, an ally and enemy combination. This is what happens. So 30% of the enemy healing received is transferred to the ally. So if the enemy linked is healing, your ally is going to get healed by 30%, which is nice. And 10% of the ally's damage received is transferred to the enemy. So it's like a hunter hood, but only 10%. So you reflect only 10%. And when you combine with two enemies, if an enemy takes damage, the linked enemy also receives 50% of that damage. Now, pretty straightforward. You link 2 enemies. For example, if the tank takes 100 damage, right? Then, actually, it's better to do it on the other way around. You link a tank and you link a cloth guy, right? And then the cloth guy takes, for example, 1,000 damage. The tank's gonna take 500. And because, yeah, that's crazy. And it's probably not the resistances don't matter for that 50% of damage. So yeah, that's an idea right there. And yeah, these were all the Avalonian weapons, boys and girls. And yeah, man, just to finish up this video, because this is getting very long, I cannot wait for these weapons to come out. They're gonna come out on August 12th, yeah? So we're getting very close. And I just cannot wait. This is gonna change the whole meta. The whole meta is gonna change, because I've been testing out, doing some scrims with these weapons, and I can't even explain. It's just insane. If you guys wanna check out the scrims, I'll leave a link on the description for a stream that I did while we were scrimming, and you can check out the scrims we did with these weapons, and you can build your own opinions. But right now, I'm really just looking at the weapons, because this update is not all about weapons. Just looking at the weapons, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed, because every weapon is unique, right? It doesn't feel like, oh, we have a weapon that already does that, right? At least I don't feel that. I feel like everything is new, everything is fresh, everything is exciting, you know? So yeah, boys, that pretty much does it. This turned out to be a very long video, which I thought I could do in like 15 minutes. I guess not. And yeah, I mean, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some new information. And yeah, see you next time. Much love. Peace.